Hey, it's your buddy Peace and Harmony with you here today. We are going to focus in a little bit more in depth on the female narcissist. I've received a lot of email requests for more information on this particular topic. And that is because there's a number of people who have fallen in love with a girl, a sweetheart, an individual who maybe they are committed to in their life and in their relationship, yet they were very surprised that there was somebody underneath the surface who they were dating, who they were wed to be married with, or are in a relationship with, and this individual has betrayed them, who has cheated on them, who has really disappointed them, and they're really in a recovery journey right now. So if you look at a female covert narcissist as someone who apparently, unbeknownst to you, you could be the man to this woman. So I feel very much, and I know we also have a lot of same-sex viewers here, and to that tune, we also have a lot of very creative viewers. I have a feeling that, and I love all you people who are diving deep and then rising above, seeking peace and harmony, seeking that empowerment within yourself, and to share that empowerment with others. And I love my viewership audience so much, and I appreciate your feedback and your inquiries, because it is so important to address these as they come up. And if you have a question, oftentimes there's people who are also seeking answers to the same experience. So please do comment with your questions or email me, and I do get flooded with emails, so it does take a while for me to respond, so I apologize, at peaceandharmonynow.com. You can always get a hold of me, and I will do my best to get back to you and address your questions. So we're looking here at more in depth at the covert narcissist female and some of the experiences, tricks, ploys, things that they will engage in that can be very hurtful. And oftentimes it's the resultant feeling of surprise that comes when you are in love with an individual who apparently is very selfless, who is very withdrawn, who is very meek, someone who feels very, very easy to handle, very unpresumptive, very passive almost. And, you adore her for her quiet ways, seemingly introverted. Yet you are surprised to find that there's a whole different person and very strict, rigid feelings that are going underneath the surface, who then come and lash out, who have apparently then not validated you or are not appreciating you for all the love and kindness and generosity that you have given or pouring forth into this individual, and you're feeling like you're doing a lot of the giving. You're having to take too much of the responsibility and accountability in the relationship. Too much of the burden is falling on you, and a lot of the blame shifting is also starting to occur, where this person is becoming apparently withdrawn, shutting down, despite all your positive ways, despite all your positive support, despite you being the backbone in the relationship. This person is becoming more and more withdrawn, aloof, and apparently you're feeling like as if there's something that you have not done right, or you have not been there to support her, and you are, at your wit's end trying to figure out, what did I do wrong? Why can't I keep this relationship going? Why is it falling apart? How can we save this? Well, realize that the covert narcissist has a pathology with an individual, with a female who has a pathology of self-importance, and sort of a grandiosity, where underneath the surface, their needs are more important than yours. And not just more important as a survival standpoint, but to the point where they're going to work to deplete you, deprive you, neglect you, and not give you, quote unquote, what you need or what you should have coming in the relationship. There is narcissism or covert, underhanded, subliminal, subconscious ways that are taking from you in this relationship, and it's leaving you feeling resourceless, or that you don't have, that you're a failure, that you're not a good person, you're not a good boyfriend, you're not man enough. So you might get a little bit of this sort of backlash, or this sort of springing out of feelings or emotions that something about you is not enough, and you're getting these erroneous messages from this person. And even though you have given more than enough, been more than enough, been outgoing, been the leader, taken the helm, taken the responsibility, taken the accountability, you're still feeling like it's not enough. It's never enough. And so you're trying to keep the glue together in this relationship for a person who basically is harboring a lot of thoughts, a lot of feelings that they are not sharing with you. So there's not this emotional nakedness. There's not this alignment of your body, mind, and spirit. There's not this open communication. And that is because a covert narcissist female is not going to be one to open up on specific topics, feelings, emotions, or values. They're not there to share. They're there just to keep. They're there just to promulgate themselves and further themselves, and oftentimes they're going to use other people in their environment, in their job, in their career, in their family, just to help further them. And it's oftentimes not in your best interest. It's, they might be apparently having a hard time in their life, but then the hard time in their life goes on for months, decades, years, and it just, the hard time is never over. And that is because they're tending to be, and I know a lot of people use this term as an emotional vampire. They're taking some sort of energy, support, feedback that they need, and they're not giving like in return. So this is a very covert, underhanded, concealed method of getting what somebody needs, yet playing like the weak one, playing like they can't take care of themselves. And they're really just, they might put a front that they're in a relationship with you, but they're not in it all the way. They're not fully there. They're not fully present. They're not emotionally, aligned, so that they're basically not giving you the full deal. They're not really sharing with you where they're at. They're not really engaging in their own empowerment. They are using covert narcissist ways to take from that man to support them and to further them onto the next stage of their life when they have really no intent of being there for you. They have no intent of keeping a lifelong relationship or keeping you posted on their real feelings, or just stringing people along. And it's a very sad thing when you see this, because it can go on for a long period of time. And eventually people start to see it when either they get sick or they lose their job, and the money isn't there, the support isn't there. So it's your time now to be supported, loved, and nurtured, understood, have compassion and empathy. And then this person has zero empathy. You're in an industry and the whole industry goes down. I know a number of people who, worked in that mortgage industry and, made a heyday, made a lot of money, a great lifestyle in that industry. And then when things took a turn in the 2008, 2009, and those companies were defunct, the mortgages, etc., the whole real estate bubble, a lot of people in real estate, the same thing. The covert narcissist female, even if you had kids, was not there to shoulder some of the burden. They were not there to understand. They were not there to make changes. They were not there to be there for you and understand. They basically just said, what's wrong with you? You need to get this and keep proving yourself to this family. And there was no empathy. They did not understand even the big picture. They were not there to hang in for the long haul. Then you see the people cheating and having the affairs, and all of a sudden, letting everything pile up and not doing the dishes, and, just, they were no longer there supportive. And then, very, very hurtful, very scarring situations in the covert narcissist female, who oftentimes did a lot of taking. You were doing a lot of the providing, but yet when you needed them, they were not there for you. So it's very hurtful. And if this has been your case, realize that you have to safeguard yourself and have the filter that when you're bringing into, coming into relationships, that you are also comfortable receiving like in return, that you are not always having to be the one to do all the giving, that you don't, part of your construct when you enter into the relationship is not just to give and give and give and give without being in return. And that also that this person is able to see you emotionally naked, is to know your vulnerability, and to know that your relationship is not just based on her narcissistic needs, but that there's a real heart, soul experience, and that they are able to possess and have empathy for you. In other words, they're able to be with you in your feelings. And when the, when the industry goes down and go, wow, what are we going to do? And she's like, what do you mean we? It's you, it's you. You're the one who's paying the bills around here. I mean, it's, it can get very, very severe, and realize that, it's important to be able to come together and have an empathy and an understanding for what is going on, and to be part of the solution and not just abandon ship when things go tough. So realize how important empathy is when it comes to relationships, and make that perhaps one of your priority or requirements or integral situations that you seek in those females who you surround yourself with and have a love interest for. Peace and harmony with you here today. And despite the covert narcissist charm, realize that it's not only good looks, but it's empathy, it's beautiful thoughts, beautiful feelings that also make a great woman. Peace and harmony with you here today. I hope these videos do help. Please share and please subscribe for more great tools, videos, discussion, and support.